Hello everyone, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we will be reviewing our last segment of our 11th episode of Season 1 of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Season 1, Episode 11C, Up, Up, and Away. In this episode, on a windy day, Maggie, Hamilton, and the Beast make a kite. Now, this episode, I really do like it. I do. At first, before we watched it, I didn't really have any memory of it until one scene that I remember deeply had the gates flooding back to me, and I'll tell you all in a second. So basically, this episode, I really do like it, and it's one of those episodes where Beast doesn't feel included in something because he's too big to do so, but it's not like anything out of the ordinary. Also, I will say, I love kite flying concepts in any cartoon. I really do. Any kite flying concepts in any cartoon, I am all the way here for. I mean, you could tell how windy it is because of Maggie's hat flying away at the beginning of the episode, which was really funny. But luckily, Hamilton is able to catch it with his net. And I also like when he said that I don't like the wind. I'm staying nice and cozy in my box, which is true. You know, in any cold weather, anybody's first decision is to just want to stay inside, be all warm and cozy away from the cold air. You know, that would be my first decision, especially with a cup of hot cocoa. Those are the word comfy vibes for me. But Maggie then reminds him that there's a lot of the wind is good for a lot of things, and then until she shows the two of them her book that she has, that shows you how to make a kite, and luckily they have they have basically everything that they need. Well, mostly everything that they need in Hamilton's box, like scissors, tape, some paper, and some string. You know, those type of things, and at first everything's going good, but Beast, he's basically too big to do anything. He can't tie knots. He can't cut with the scissors. He gets the tape all over him. So yeah, Buddy's just having a hard time, which I feel bad for him because kite making should be fun for everyone, but when it comes to people like Beast, it really, and especially when he keeps on saying, I want to help, but the others keep on telling him, are you sure you can do this? And even when he doesn't doubt himself for a split second, he always ends up getting tangled, which I really don't like Beast in these type of situations. It's really sad. It is, because most of the time you see, what I really like about characters like him, like let me make an example. Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Most two characters who most of the time all are always laughable, quirky, silly around their friends, but then once you see them have their moments of self-doubt, self-identity, you really feel bad for them, and you almost feel like this is a mood shift. You're almost like, I'm so used to seeing this character all being all happy and silly and an uplifting spirit in their friend group, and when you see them having these type of struggles, these type of moments, you feel bad for them, and you gain another love for that character, that even if he or she does have these type of moments of self-doubt, you'll be able to not only love them even more, but relate to them as well. So I really like that. And then the scene that, if I swear, if I did not see this scene, if this scene did not occur, I would have forgotten this episode entirely, is when Maggie, Beast, and Hamilton are going up the hill, and Beast's spots, literally all of them, fly off in the wind, and then he was like, my spots, catch them, and then the spots get all over Maggie and Hamilton. It's so funny, and that imagery is just so hilarious. It's so funny. And I like it when Hamilton says, your spots sure can fly. And the clever idea, Maggie puts them in a book, which might be a reference to Rub-a-Dub earlier in the season when Beast's spots got all wrinkly. And so Maggie had the idea of putting them on the book to flatten them out, which I like that. So at first, they thought everything's going good, but when their kite's flying in the sky, it falls right back down until they notice that they need a tail with little bows on it. And then they realize they don't have any tails. They don't have any little bows to put on their string with the kite. So then and then when they're trying to find something, it kind of gives off three little pigs, That's too heavy. That's too heavy. At one point, Hamilton suggests a sandwich. That's so silly. And even marbles. And that's when Beast came up with the idea of take one of his spots and scrunch them up. And that's when Maggie said, "Beast, you are so smart." And then and then he actually helped, and he's so happy. He's so happy. And then at the end he's saying, "I really didn't help that much." And then Maggie said, "Oh, yes you did. We couldn't have done it without you." And then that's when Beast says, "You know what? You couldn't." And he finally got to fly the kite that he helped make in the end. So overall, this episode was really good. It was really cute, really cute. Like I said, it's kind of good and sad that Beast has these type of moments because like I said about Pinkie Pie, you have these characters that are super goofy and lovable, but when they have these type of moments of self-doubt in themselves of who they are, you tend to relate to these characters even more. And the whole windy kite flying concept is also pretty fun too. So I like that. And for our last episode in this batch of segments, I'm gonna give it a 9.9. I am. Not a 10, 9.9. It's still really, really good. So overall, these batch of segments were really good. We had some that were relatable, some that were really beautifully set, and just others that just like took a simple concept and turned it into something good. So I will say all these segments were really, really good and enjoyable to watch. They really were. But if I had to choose a favorite, it's a hard tie between Mr. Shivers and Nap Time. It's a hard tie, but it's fine. It's fine. These budget segments were good, and after and next we'll be on our penultimate segments of this season. And then after we get done with these three, the next three batch of episodes will be at our season finale of season 1 with with one more batch of 3 episodes in that batch. So, yes, we're officially done with this batch of episodes. Tune in with me next time as we'll be reviewing our first segment of our 12th episode in this season 1, episode 12A, Louder, Louder. See you all next time. Great. Googly moogly.